Good morning, everyone. It's Bobbie at the Paper Jungle. What I'm making this morning is my grandparents' brag book, and this is just a mock-up that I've made out of some lightweight cardstock, just to show you what it's all about. So this is a little folio, and it opens to the top, to the bottom, and then each side opens out. And on each of these flaps, this will be glued down after we get our design paper on it. But you'll see when you open it out, then you'll have two tuck spots here. I've really got a gravelly voice this morning. Alright, and then you have the secondary flap that opens this way. And it opens that way and opens this way. So there'll be plenty of places in here to put pictures for Grandma and Grandpa. Opens that way and this way. And then on the inside you have a flap up and a flap down. Now I'm going to try to do this without magnets, just to save on cost. A lot of people don't have magnets. Some people don't like magnets. So whatever the case is, now I'm going to use a ribbon on my closure instead of a magnet. If you want a cut border edge, you'll want to do it before you start putting everything down and putting your design paper on. So you will have the cut list posted in the description box with this video. So the first thing you need is the piece that is 6 1/4 by 11, and you're going to score it at 4 and 4 3/4. And then we'll fold and burnish on these lines. Scoring tool. This will be for the top part of the outside. Wish my voice wouldn't do this in the morning, but it's always gravelly. There's that one. And then your second piece is 6 1/4 by 6, and it's scored also at 3/4 and 1 1/2. And we'll burnish those real good. I went ahead and cut and scored all my pieces just to save time. So this will go together like this, and this will make the outside of your box. So we're going to put glue on this portion here only. I think I went over my scored line here with the glue. Okay, and we'll just put these two together, just shy of the scored line. You don't want to go over that score line, as I'm sure you all already know. Just a reminder, just in case. It goes down just like that. This is real quick and easy to put together. It takes no time at all. And it looks so cute. I've made it many times before. So there's the outside of your folio. Then you will have two pieces that are 6 1/4 by 7, also scored at 3/4 and 1 1/2. So let's burnish those. Oops. One more. And these will be for the outside of the sides, and you'll see what I mean as we go along. Okay, so these two will attach on the back side of this, just inside those two score lines. that. This will be covered up. Okay, and here's our second one. A little bit more glue on that edge there. Okay, and just under here. Just like that. May not be quite close enough right there. Didn't have it quite straight. There we go. Okay, the art layer glue gives you a few seconds there to work with it. Okay, so these fold in. This is your bottom, and this is your top. Now you have the outside of your folio. See how quick that was? Now, let's have the I think I put it on the bottom here. You'll need one piece that is approximately 5 7/8 by 5 7/8 for the bottom. I cut mine 6 by 6 just to make sure. And actually I could have cut it a little bit bigger. 6 1/4 by 6 1/4 would have been better. But it's going to be covered with design paper, so it's okay. I'll go ahead and put it down just so that I have something on there. And it does give it more stability the more layers you have. But I will change it on the directions that you want instead of 6 by 6. I think I have 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. I was thinking the finished size was 6 by 6, but it's not. It's 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. Okay. But like I said, it'll be covered with designer paper, so those edges aren't going to show up, but it does cover where the flaps are glued. Okay, the next thing we have is 2 pieces that are 6 1/4 by 6 1/2, and they are scored at 1/2 and 1. You can see that I accidentally scored the wrong side on this. But it's okay because it's going to be covered with design paper, so it won't hurt anything. So on this one, remember the first one you put your glue in here because it went on the back. This time it's going to go on the underside because you're going to attach it to the top. And I'm going to take just a snip off of these edges just so we don't have any overhang. Just a hair. Snip it over the wastebasket here so I don't have junk all over the floor, which I do quite frequently. Okay, so we're going to glue these two down. Okay, so let's fold this way so I can see my edge. We want it just inside the score lines. Turn it around so I can see what I'm doing here. Get it straight. There we go. turn it around and do the other side. Here's a few pieces to this, but it doesn't really take a whole lot of cardstock. And it goes, like I said, it goes together so quick. And just inside the score line on the opposite side. Just like that. Okay, now we have 4 pieces that are 5 by 5.5. Each one is scored at a half. So we'll burnish those. Okay, now we're going to turn them like this. And what we're doing is on the inside of these first flaps, right here. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we want to put those on the inside of these. So line them up together like this. Put your glue on the underside. And press it down. Then glue on the outside of this one. And it's going to be just, excuse me, just a little bit narrower. And we're going to put it on the inside here. That way it opens like this and opens like that. Okay, so let's do this one. And this one. And it will go on the inside of, did I get that right? Yes, I did. I thought I put it in the wrong spot. And it's going to go, just kind of eyeball it and get it centered. It's not quite centered. Let me go down a little bit farther. See what I'm doing here. It looks pretty good to me. Okay, now these two will go like that, and then you have, oh, let's put these in the back. These are your 6 by 5.5, scored at a half. after these, we've only got 2 more pieces to attach down. Okay, so this one is going to go okay, I don't need to trim it. It's always worth doing a dry fit first. Make sure you're in the right spot, or you're going to match up anyway. So there's our glue on that. This is going to go towards the bottom of the back side. I'm doing a video, honey. Just like that. And this one goes at the top. Okay, now this one folds in. This one goes in. Now we have these 2 long ones. And I scored this one incorrectly, but like I said before, it's not going to show up because we're going to have design paper on it. So these are 5.5 by 12. They're scored at 1/2, 3 3/4, 5 3/4, and 9.5. So we'll burnish each one of these. And it doesn't really make any difference which way you burnish them, because once you get them on your page, you can always turn them the opposite way if you have them scored backwards. Make sure my edges are straight here. And this one goes under for sure. Okay. Now, it should go like this. But you don't want to glue these down yet until you get your designer paper on them. And that's, oh, it doesn't look really like a good burnish there. Okay. So let's glue that one down. Once again, you're going to eyeball it and get it kind of centered, or as best you can, like that. Okay. Let's burnish this one. I'm going to score it on the right spot. And under with this one. Like that. And we'll attach this one down. Okay. And that's going to go centered on this front panel. if you're using something other than artisan cardstock and you feel like you need more stability in these joints so that they don't mash over, which I'm using artisan, I don't usually have an issue with it, but I did cut some support strips to put in there if you feel like you need it, and I cut them just short of the 6 1/4 and just a tad bit narrower than the 3/4 inch, and it's just lightweight chipboard, and I covered it with a piece of the brown artisan cardstock. And if you glue it in there, I'll show you. I'm going to do it just for the purpose of the video, but I really don't need it with artisan. Get out of the way there. Just put it right inside your score lines. Nobody's the wiser that it's there, except for you. You see, when you see how much sturdier that is, it does make it nice. It really does. Once you get your designer paper on, you can add a piece of designer paper to the top of that if you like, because we frequently do that anyway. There's that. And you could do it to the top and the bottom as well if you want to. So we will fold that in, and we will fold this in. Bring this one up, and this one over. And there is your folio. And then I'm going to fasten mine with ribbon. I'll run it all the way around before I put the designer paper on it. But I will get all my pieces cut out and inked and put together, and then I'll come back and show you the finished project. Alright, thanks guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.